Even though Thor is the god of thunder, he causes so many accidents involving cars that he gives the Allstate auto insurance spokesman a run for his money. Thor stars Chris Hemsworth as Thor, the god of thunder who was banished from the kingdom of Asgard because of his arrogant ways for reigniting a war with the frost giants in another one of the 9 realms. His father Odin, Anthony Hopkins, casts him out of the kingdom, and he's forced to live upon Earth, where he is found by these 3 scientists played by Stellan Skarsgård, Natalie Portman, and Kat Dennings. But back in Asgard, Odin falls ill, and Thor's adopted brother Loki decides to take over, where he wants to destroy the planet of the frost giants so he can finally be reliable to his father as a possible heir to the throne to be king of Asgard. Now, I know if you look at me, I seem a little bit wrecked right now. I saw this movie at midnight last night with 9 other of my friends, and you know what? I was gonna record when I got home, but I was so out of it, and I'm still out of it right now, so I apologize if this is going to be one of my most inconsistent reviews, because I'm still really tired as I do this right now. Now, there are some really good performances in this film. Chris Hemsworth really surprised me as Thor. He manages to find a perfect level of charisma with all the actors that he's working with. He's got a great charm to go along with this character. He's never afraid to be funny, like he does have some good comic timing in it. But he just seems like he's having a very fun time, and he works so well with all the actors on screen. That's definitely one of the best star-making performances that I have seen from an actor this year. Natalie Portman is okay in this film. Like, it's different to see her in a comic book film, of course, and her character is a little bit underdeveloped in it. Like, I completely buy her relationship with Thor because it just seemed a little bit rushed when they finally got to the climax of it. But nonetheless, as great as she looks, it almost doesn't even matter to me because I already think she's really hot already. Now, the supporting turns are done pretty well, like Idris Elba, Ray Stevenson, Jamie Alexander, Stellan Skarsgård, and Clark Gregg, who returns as Agent Phil Coulson, all do a very good job too. And there's a great cameo by one of the actors who's going to be playing a certain character in the Avengers. If you've seen the previews already, you'll probably already know who it is, and it's a good one. Just it may be a little short, but it's a great build-up to the Avengers because that is going to be the do-or-die movie for Marvel. However, the actor I was most surprised by in this film was probably Tom Hiddleston, who played Thor's adopted brother Loki. I don't know why, but he's got this quiet presence on screen, and he's very mysterious to start, and he does such a fantastic job at building up the menace inside his character because he's been treated as the outcast son for years because Odin's always favored Thor for his entire life. And this slowly building menacing attitude that he has, he just does a really good job. You really begin to hate the guy but kind of feel bad for him at the same time because he's been mistreated this whole life and now he's finally taken out revenge for being the outcast all his life. Like like as much as you want to hate him, you kind of connect to him at the same time. So I thought that was very interesting that they did. However, I hated Kat Dennings in this film. Like, she plays the assistant to Jane Foster, Natalie Portman's character, and she's basically there to serve as the comic relief of this film. I don't know why. I hated her in this film. Like, I don't think I can hate her as the actress she is, because I think she's a good actress, but she's given all these terrible lines that are meant to be funny, especially the Facebook joke that you see and the taser scene. I don't know why, like, all that humor that they had for her, it just felt so flat in this film. Now, Kenneth Branagh, who's directed several Shakespeare adaptations, he does a really good job directing this film. And since he's a lifelong fan of the Thor comic, he does a great job at creating the aspects of Asgard, which they look amazing. The Kingdom of Asgard looks amazing in this film. Like, the visual effects are some of the best I've seen in a Marvel film. And when there is action in this film, it's really good. Like, it's not as memorable as some other scenes that you've seen in past Marvel films, but still, there are some great action sequences in this film. And to tell you the truth, the way that Branagh filmed the movie in some scenes, like the sideways camera angles, Hey, what's going on? Don't turn the camera like that. But they didn't really bother me all that much because I actually thought they were really added on to the comic book field because you always see those kinds of shots in the comic books that we read. I mean, hell, even some of the comic books that I read, I see a lot of those. However, even though the action's very good, I wish there's a little bit more of it, because they do a good job at developing the character of Thor when he's on Earth so he can learn the error of his ways. Then again, they rushed that a little bit in the end, but since there's a lot of good, enjoyable parts, it's a fun movie, and I think I'd rate it a little higher if I see it at like an earlier showing, because I saw this at midnight, of course, which I'm still kind of tired right now, but still, Thor is a fun film. It's got some really good performances, especially by Chris Hemsworth and Tom Hiddleston. There's some fantastic visual effects in this film. Like, you gotta see this movie on the big screen for the visual effects alone. I'm gonna give Thor 3.5 out of 5 stars. Like, I found it a great way to kick off summer. I had a really fun time with it. It's despite a few nitpickets I had with it, but it's a very fun time. You definitely gotta see it on the big screen though while it lasts. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Thor, and if you like this video, subscribe to my channel where you can check out more of my reviews. Also follow me on Twitter and like the Cali Critic Reviews page on Facebook. And in the meantime, I'm Tyler from Cali Critic Reviews, and I'll see you guys later.